Okay, today we start with a couple new decks. We have Lannister Reigns of Castamere to start with. The classic Lannister Reigns of Castamere. This is a throwback. Does everybody remember when this was a good deck? I remember. I used to hate having to play against this deck every other game. Now it feels it feels like an uphill battle a lot of times when you play this deck. And it really does show why Lannister has fallen off, because I put the deck together and there are some new cards in here, but really the deck does not look that much different from, a year or two ago when it actually was pretty good, because Lannister just does not get any decent, new cards. They kind of have a curse of Baratheon in that sense. I mean, Goldmine is a good card. I like Goldmine, but it's not the type of card like the 7-cost Victarion in Greyjoy that can just totally, turn things around and start winning games by itself if the opponent doesn't have an answer. It's not on that power level. And, if you look at my big characters here, I went through the Lannister roster and I've got 3 of the big Cersei, 3 Jaimies, and 3 Tywins. And, Core Tyrion, the Hound, the best Lannister cards have really not changed all that much, if any at all, since the core set and the first cycle, and I guess the Lannister expansion box, if you want to count Big Cersei here. So that's kind of their problem. Unfortunate. But sometimes you can still win some games with them, kind of like Baratheon. If you stick it out, you don't run into Greyjoy. Probably wants to avoid Targaryen as well. Sometimes you can win some matches. So let's go through this list real quick. I've got, like I said, those are the big characters. I've got some pretty, a roster of useful Lannister characters that are nice to just have as a one of. Myrcella, Shae, Pycelle. We do have the new guy Gunthor. He's pretty nice. One thing that's fun is if you use the stand token on him and trigger his ability twice. That's always fun. Burnman, always. I've got Brothel Madams. I've taken a liking to this card. It actually ends up being quite an annoying card for the opponent a lot of the time. I'm not sure if this is correct. I probably should switch this out with Begging Brother, and I might do that at some point here, but we've got Brothel Madam for now. Couple Cat's Paw, Robert Strong, Janos Slint. All pretty standard, I would say. And then on the other side of the board, or the list rather, you can see there's not that much in the way of exciting abilities or card effects, because Lannister doesn't have that much to really do in that sense. I could go for the Harrenhal and Tower of the Hand, but I don't want to do that with Greyjoy everywhere. It's not really consistent enough to start with, and I definitely don't want to start trying to use it if it's likely that my locations are going to get disrupted. I don't want to rely on big expensive locations like that. So I've just got Casterly Rock, which is nice to have. Flea Bottom Goldmine combo, economy cards, Nightmares and Treachery. I literally couldn't think of any better events to put in besides Nightmares, but it is Nightmares. It's still useful. Milk and Bodyguard are pretty much required, and Widow's Wail for a nice surprise strength boost. And the plots, I really wish I could have more plots. I think I don't even have a noble cause in here because I just don't feel like there's room. We've got basically 3 economy plots: Peace and Prosperity, Late Summer Feast, and Trade Routes. Exchange of Information for a draw plot. Confiscation because of Milk of the Poppy. Forced March because it's Forced March. And the First Snow of Winter because we're Lannister. The First Snow it's actually a bit questionable. It hasn't felt that useful in the current state of the game. I keep, most of the things that you're going to be running into are big character threats. So this actually should be replaced with something else, but I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe Counting Coppers. I was really super tempted to have Counting Coppers on top of Exchange because Lannister's draw is just terrible. But I'm decided to kind of stick with just Exchange and hope for the gold mines to help me out by filtering through useless cards and helping me find ones that actually do stuff. It is very nice for that. And then we've got the standard 5 schemes. If you want to be janky, you can throw in Wardens of the West, or what is that one called? The Spider's Web. But I don't really care to use those. They're a little bit inconsistent. I'd rather just keep the standard 5. So, yep, here we go. Oh, there's another Lannister, and it's a rose banner. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we have a decent setup here. Let me see. Damn, no location. Let's go late summer feast. Oh, man. That feels bad. Shit happens. The honey wine. Well, this is off to a very bad start. All because I didn't start with a location in my hand. If I had just started with like a goal road or something, I would have done peace and prosperity, and all would be well in the world. But instead, I have to deal with this. Beacon of the South. That's funny. Well, I would like to just use the cat's paw to send one of these big characters back to hand. And I certainly will do that at some point. But I think it's more important to put Tywin Lannister in play before doing that. Then we have to think, what do we want to do with the other 6 gold? We can spend 4 to get rid of the Arbor Knight with Cat's Paw. Probably do that. And do we want... We can't bring out the Hound if we do that. That's fine. I don't think we need to use the Hound. But we can spend 2 on Burned Men. But Nightmares has to be better. We'll probably use Nightmares. I could even go double Nightmares. That'd be pretty funny. Actually, probably will do it, the double Nightmares. No, I guess we only really need to Nightmares Jaime. If Cersei attacks on Intrigue, we can do Game of Thrones to punish that. So, let's just do this. Still going to do the military, that's fine. I wouldn't care at all if he wasn't getting his stupid honey wine power. It's pretty annoying to see people actually getting power on that card. But hopefully he won't be able to get too much on it going forward. Strength 7, huh? Well, let's try to defend with 12. So that reduces Tywin enough that I unfortunately will not get the agenda trigger, but that's fine. That's okay. Now, hopefully he will not be a scumbag and play the king in the north. Friggin' Tommen. I have a feeling that he will. I have a feeling that he will. I think I'm probably supposed to use Forced March. I have to discard one. That's annoying. Damn, I don't want to discard any of these. Shoot. I guess Burned Man. Maybe Treachery. I don't see anything that's super important to use Treachery on right now. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to do Forced March. Because going first is really good also. Wouldn't surprise me if he also does Forced March. Really? On the second turn with 6 cards in hand. Well, you really want to do that, go for it. Now, do we use the gold mine? Yeah, let's use it on Slint. Because obviously we don't have enough money to marshal him. Oh, I just gave him a Cersei power. I might not should have done that. Might not should have done that. Oh well. I think I have the advantage this turn, and hopefully in general. As long as no BS that I don't know about comes down. If I just go first and kneel Cersei, hopefully that'll shut down his turn. One thing that is going to happen, potentially as early as next turn, is I'm going to use Cat's Paw on that Cersei, get the power off of her. Shame I couldn't do it this turn, because she would have got discarded, but... We could also do Wildfire Assault. That's pretty appealing, but I really need to kneel that Cersei. Or use Nightmares on her, one or the other. Let's see. Well, I definitely have to use Tywin to get the agenda. So if we go in with Tywin, Tyrion, and Pycelle, what is this? 14? Stealthing Cersei? He definitely can't block that. Yeah, let's go for it. Now, do I Wildfire or Filthy? I can go Wildfire and then Burned Men and Nightmares. I think I'm going to do that. Because he's discarding his whole hand. That's what makes it pretty good to start killing his dudes. He killed Jaime? Wow, he's really going all in. It's funny. There are no men like me. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. That is very disappointing. I guess he got me on that one. I might have to discard my cat's paw here for the 2-claim intrigue. That'll be unfortunate. That will be unfortunate if he gets it. But the other 2 cards, actually the other 3 are all really good too, so whatever. Really? Relentless Assault? Actually, that doesn't even do anything, does it? Because he already has Casterly Rock, so the Relentless Assault doesn't do anything. But he's discarding his hand, so he might as well. I don't know men like me. Oh, goodness. That's true, he doesn't kneel, so... I have to discard my hand as well. Damn, he's gonna get another intrigue. Well, that's really bad. I didn't realize that was gonna do so much damage. That's unfortunate. Now I have to do exchange. That really sucks. That changes things a lot. That changes things a lot. If I had just kept the 2 cards, I could have done trade routes and been in really good shape. That blows. But I can also do First Snow. I think First Snow is pretty good. Because unless he draws another big character, he'll have to just kill Cersei. Vanquish the Unbelievers. Man, this dude's just going all in. Well, no point in marshaling these. Let's gold mine the Treachery. No point in holding on to that. What trait was he even going to name there? He just killed her. Oh, what is that? There's no way he meant to do that. Did he? That has to be a glitch. Well, let's hope for no burned men here. He also can't really declare an intrigue challenge, I don't think. Well, I mean, he can. I'm actually not sure what plot I would use on him. I guess power behind the throne? Oh no, I can just use Filthy. That takes care of the problem. Get out. Should I do Intrigue or Power? I don't know. think power is probably a little bit more important. Because he seems to be playing a rush deck, so slowing down that power gain, that's what we're going to go for. Heh, heh, indeed. Yes, good draw indeed. Get out. That's what happens when you go all in, my friend. Although that did do a whole lot of damage, that Winter You Die turn. Ouch. Felt like I was playing against Free Folk for a minute there. I probably could have played that a bit better. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to like go back and look at the turns again, but I ended up winning it, so it doesn't matter. This is why I don't like going all in like that. Little Winner You Die on the second turn. I really would. I don't approve of doing things like that personally. I often do not choose to do such things. Is that Cersei on that card? I can never tell. I think it's supposed to be Cersei. She looks kind of weird. Anyways, that was the game.